Welcome to Up Yonda Farm's video presentation on monarch butterflies. Monarch butterflies are a common sight around Up Yonda Farm during the summer months, but these butterflies don't start out as the beautiful orange, black, and white creatures that we see right here on our screen. These butterflies actually start out as a very tiny egg. Right here is that tiny, tiny egg. This egg is found on the bottom of a milkweed leaf. Milkweed is the one plant that monarchs try to lay their eggs on due to it being the food source for the baby caterpillar that will come out of the egg. This egg is so small, we could take it and put it on President Lincoln on the backside of a penny here, and it would just about cover him up. At Up Yonda Farm, we have mainly common milkweed. This is the pink purple milkweed with the broad leaves. And we find this not only in our butterfly garden, but up in our field and along the pond. Other types of milkweed that are common in our area in the Adirondacks are swamp milkweed and the butterfly weed. Monarchs enjoy the nectar that comes out of the flowers, and also the baby caterpillars, as they're growing to form their chrysalis, enjoy eating the leaves of this plant. From a tiny egg that we see right here, it will eventually hatch into a tiny, tiny caterpillar. This caterpillar is going to go through 5 instars. An instar is the stage of life of these caterpillars. It'll start as a tiny little green caterpillar, and as it eats more and more leaves, it will grow larger and larger and even larger until it becomes its 5th stage, this big fat caterpillar that we recognize as our monarch butterfly caterpillar. Once it's reached this stage, it's all ready to form its chrysalis. Along the way, it'll eat as much milkweed as possible. Here's the front end of a monarch caterpillar. Notice his 2 antennae and how he's right on the edge eating along this milkweed leaf. Do you see the little hairs on the milkweed leaves? Did you know that milkweed leaves had hairs? Once the caterpillar has reached his 5th instar, he's all ready to form a chrysalis. The first thing he has to do is find a place to hang the chrysalis from. In this case, this caterpillar found a nice branch. Sometimes that place to hang might be underneath a leaf of milkweed or a neighboring plant. Or even if you're raising caterpillars at home or at school, this could be inside of one of the net cages where we raise our caterpillars. The first thing that caterpillar will do to signal that he's ready to turn into his chrysalis is to curve up like this. What backwards letter does this look like? Did you say J? Well, you're correct. We call this J'ing up. Once the caterpillar J's up, he signifies that he's ready to turn into a chrysalis. We'll see the chrysalis start forming around the head and then continue up the body even farther, and then right here, almost all the way up until that caterpillar is entirely covered by his chrysalis. Notice that the chrysalis is green, white, and yellow. The chrysalis still has colors of the original caterpillar. Over the next week, that chrysalis will turn to a light green and continue on as a light green until it starts turning yellow, a lighter yellow, and then becomes opaque, meaning the light can come through, but we can't see all of the colors. But in this picture right here, we can start to see a little bit of orange and a little bit of black and some of the spots. When that butterfly is ready to emerge from its chrysalis, we see the chrysalis turn completely transparent, meaning we can see everything through it. We can see the oranges, the blacks, and the whites, and we know that that butterfly is ready to emerge. In our next slide, we have a short video showing how that butterfly emerges from its chrysalis.
Watching a monarch butterfly emerge from its chrysalis is an amazing sight. Right after emerging, the monarch's abdomen is large and filled with fluid. At first, the monarch's wings are very small. The monarch pumps fluid from its abdomen into its wings, causing them to inflate. Once the wings are fully inflated, the monarch hangs and dries before taking flight. A few hours later, the wings are ready for use.
After a few hours, when the wings are dry, that monarch butterfly will be able to fly off to another flower and start refueling and eating nectar from those flowers. Right here, we see a female butterfly perched on a flower using her proboscis to get nectar out of the flower. As we look at the parts of the butterfly, the first thing that we notice is her head. And her head has two antennae on there that help her sense what's going on in her surroundings. And her head is attached to the thorax. The thorax is the center part of her body and is the strongest. All of her other body parts are attached to the thorax. Her abdomen, her forewings, her hind wings, a forewing and a hind wing on each side, 2 wings on each side gives her 4 wings. And even attached to the thorax are her 6 legs. What we can see in this picture right here is her proboscis. And that proboscis is like a tongue. It's almost like a giant straw that unravels and goes out and is able to get down to the bottom of the flower to drink out the sugary nectar that will help her stay good and strong. In the previous slide, I mentioned that that was a female butterfly. How do we know it's a female butterfly? Well, when we compare these 2 butterflies here, this butterfly on the left has nice thick wing veins. Look at how thick these are compared to the butterfly on the right. These thick wing veins tell us that it's a female butterfly. The butterfly on the right here has much thinner wing veins, but he also has these 2 dots on his hind wings. These 2 dots signify this is a male butterfly, where the thicker wing veins signify it's a female butterfly. Now these butterflies don't stay in the Adirondacks all winter long. They're not equipped for our cold, snowy winters, so where do monarch butterflies go in the winter? Do you know? If you do, say it out loud in 3, 2, 1. Mexico. Mexico, the country just to the south of the United States of America, where it remains warm all winter long. The monarch butterflies that start out up here with us in the Adirondacks will fly south through the Mississippi Valley, across the southern portion of the Great Plains, down into Mexico, into the southern region, up here in the mountains, to a very special place. This special place is called the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve. At this area, millions and millions of monarch butterflies congregate and spend all winter here. How many butterflies do you think you see in this picture? One of the things that Up Yonda Farm Environmental Education Center participates in is a tagging program. No, not like tag that you play with your friends, but tag almost like a license plate. What we do is we put a small sticker on the hind wing of a monarch butterfly, and that sticker has 3 letters and 3 numbers and works like a license plate. But instead of being big, heavy, and metal, like a license plate for your car, this is a very lightweight sticker that will allow our monarch butterfly to carry it with it as it flies south for the winter. When someone else finds that butterfly and they record that code number, it allows scientists to track that monarch butterfly's path so they know exactly where that butterfly went. And if a scientist down at the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve in Mexico finds one of the Up Yonda butterflies, they'll realize that that butterfly flew almost 3,000 miles to get to its winter warming grounds. Thank you for joining us for Up Yonda Farm Environmental Education Center presents Monarch Butterflies. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.